Have you ever wondered what happens to airfields after they're abandoned? There's a peculiar allure to these forgotten landscapes, their deserted runways bearing silent testimony to a bustling past. These abandoned airfields are indeed a paradox, evoking a sense of mystery and nostalgia even in their desolation. Tales of roaring engines, soaring planes, and ceaseless activity are etched into every crack and crevice of the overgrown runways. Each exploration of these deserted airfields is akin to a journey back in time. It's as if we're peeling back the layers of aviation history, witnessing firsthand the passage of time and the relentless march of progress. We're given a window into a bygone era when these airfields were the beating heart of their communities, the nerve centers of wartime efforts, or the gateways to the skies. These once bustling hubs now lie silent, their runways cracked and overgrown. But within this silence, 1,000 stories lie waiting to be told. But why do these airfields become abandoned? That's a question that often comes to mind when we stumble upon these forgotten pieces of history. The reasons are as varied as the airfields themselves, and they delve into a fascinating mix of history, economics, technology, and urban development. First up, we have military relics. Many of these abandoned airfields were once military bases during times of conflict. When wars came to an end, the strategic importance of these airfields waned. They were no longer needed and thus left behind, their once busy runways falling silent. Then there are the economic shifts. Just like any industry, aviation is not immune to the ebbs and flows of the economy. During economic downturns or shifts in transportation modes, some airfields simply couldn't keep up. They became obsolete, too expensive to maintain, and were eventually abandoned. Next, we can't overlook the role of technological advancements. As aviation technology improved, the need for new airports with longer runways and better facilities became apparent. Older airfields, unable to keep up with these advancements, were replaced and left to fade into obscurity. Environmental factors also play a part. Flooding, erosion, or devastating natural disasters can render an airfield unusable. When Mother Nature strikes, sometimes the cost of repair and restoration is just too high, leading to the abandonment of these sites. Finally, there's urbanization. As cities expand, the land on which these airfields sit becomes prime real estate. More often than not, these vast spaces are repurposed for housing or commercial development. The rumble of airplane engines is replaced by the hum of city life, and the airfields, once a symbol of human achievement, are forgotten. So whether it's due to military relics, economic shifts, technological advancements, environmental factors, or urbanization, these airfields become abandoned, leaving behind traces of their former glory. As cities expand, airfields are often repurposed for housing or commercial development. These seemingly melancholic sites, however, continue to offer a fascinating glimpse into our past, telling stories of a time when they were once the gateways to the skies. Exploring these abandoned airfields can be an adventure in itself. Imagine walking along the cracked runways that once echoed with the roar of engines and the excitement of takeoffs. These runways to nowhere are silent now, their asphalt surfaces broken by time and weather. But there's a certain thrill in walking where pilots once guided their aircraft towards the sky. Abandoned control towers loom over the landscape, their windows empty and staring. Climbing up to these once busy nerve centers offers panoramic views of the airfield and its surroundings. You can almost hear the crackle of radio communications and the urgent voices of air traffic controllers guiding pilots through takeoff and landing. Decaying hangars stand silent and rusted, their large doors hanging open. These were once bustling workshops where mechanics and engineers toiled to keep aircraft in peak condition. Now they echo with emptiness, but if you peek inside, you might catch a glimpse of the past. Look for the ghostly markings on the runway, the faded lines, and old signage. These silent symbols tell stories of countless takeoffs and landings, of journeys begun and journeys ended. They whisper tales of the airfield's heyday, its growth, and eventual decline. Hidden treasures can be found if you look closely. Old fuel pumps, discarded aircraft parts, and other remnants of the airfield's operational days lie forgotten, waiting to be discovered. Each artifact is a piece of the airfield's story, a tangible link to the past. Exploring abandoned airfields often leads to underground bunkers or bomb shelters, remnants of times when airfields were strategic military assets. These concrete structures, often overgrown and hidden, offer a sobering reminder of the darker side of aviation history. As nature reclaims these abandoned sites, overgrown taxiways create surreal landscapes. Grass pushes through the cracks in the asphalt, trees grow where planes once taxied, and wildflowers bloom in the shadows of decaying structures. This juxtaposition of nature and industry, growth and decay, is oddly beautiful. Photography enthusiasts will find an abundance of opportunities to capture the eerie beauty of these abandoned airfields. The contrast of rusted metal against the sky, the play of light and shadow in empty hangars, the stark lines of runway markings fading into the grass, each offers a unique composition. But exploration isn't just about sightseeing, it's about uncovering stories, piecing together the past from the remnants left behind. Documentary filmmakers can find a wealth of material in these forgotten places, turning their exploration adventures into captivating videos that bring the airfield's history to life. And let's not forget the urban legends. Some abandoned airfields have haunting legends associated with them. Ghost pilots who still patrol the skies, mysterious lights seen on moonless nights, unexplained noises echoing across the empty runways. While these stories might be more folklore than fact, they add an extra layer of intrigue to the exploration. Some airfields even have haunting legends, ghost pilots or mysterious lights. When night falls on these abandoned airfields and the shadows deepen, who knows what tales might come alive? Before you head out to explore, there are some safety and legal considerations to keep in mind. First and foremost, it's important to remember that many abandoned airfields are private property. Even though they may appear deserted and forgotten, they may still be owned by individuals, corporations, or government entities. So always respect boundaries. Trespassing isn't just disrespectful, it's illegal. If you're unsure about the status of an airfield, do some research or reach out to local authorities. Secondly, these abandoned sites can pose various hazards. Cracked runways, broken glass, rusty metal, and unstable structures are just a few of the potential dangers you might encounter. Always tread carefully, and consider bringing a first aid kit for minor injuries. It's also a good idea to explore in pairs or groups, just in case someone gets hurt. Now, if you're planning to document your exploration extensively through film or photography, you may need to seek permission. This is especially true if you're planning to monetize your content. Laws around this can vary widely, so it's wise to consult with a legal professional or a local government representative. Finally, there's the issue of preservation. Some of these abandoned airfields are more than just relics of the past. They're pieces of history. There are groups out there working tirelessly to preserve and restore these forgotten places. They aim to protect them from vandalism and negligence, and to keep their stories alive for future generations. If you come across an airfield that's being restored, respect their efforts. Better yet, consider getting involved. Your exploration could turn into a preservation mission. So as you embark on your exploration of abandoned airfields and runways, keep these considerations in mind. Be respectful, be safe, and be aware of the laws. Your adventure should be about uncovering history, not causing harm or getting into legal trouble. Remember, some groups work to preserve and restore these forgotten places. Each abandoned airfield has its own story waiting to be told. These silent runways and deserted hangars were once a beehive of activity, echoing with the roar of aircraft engines, the hustle of mechanics, and the chatter of air traffic controllers. Today they stand quiet, bearing silent testimony to a bygone era. Yet, with a little detective work, you can breathe life into these forgotten places, dig into their past, unearth their history. Were they a key player in a significant war, a stage for emergency landings, or a stopover for famous aviators? Don't forget to engage with locals who might remember the airfield's heyday. Their memories could paint a vivid picture of the past, adding depth and color to your exploration. Each interview, each discovered artifact, each faded marking on the tarmac is a piece of the puzzle. Who knows what fascinating stories you might uncover? As you explore, remember, you're not just an adventurer, but also a storyteller. Now, it's time for you to start your exploration journey. Imagine the sun just beginning to peek over the horizon, casting long shadows across the cracked and weathered runway. The golden rays of dawn bringing a sense of warmth and life to the silent, deserted airfield. This is the perfect moment to start filming, capturing the play of light and shadow that adds an extra layer of depth to your footage. Consider the perspective of a bird soaring high above the ground. A drone can offer this unique viewpoint, revealing the vast expanse of the airfield and the intricate patterns of overgrown runways. The sky's the limit when it comes to the shots you can achieve. To truly show the passage of time, overlay historical photos of the airfield at its prime, contrasting it with its present state. It's a poignant reminder of days gone by and the relentless march of time. Remember, these abandoned airfields hold secrets and memories, waiting for curious explorers like you to uncover them. Happy exploring!